we'll just
Welcome to the weasel. Welcome to the weasel. Whip out your dicks and shove them in your ass. Welcome to the weasel with Mican and Jonah.
Ready, dude? Inhale power.
exhale fear. That's good stuff. Yeah.
Power and fear, yeah.
You know what's funny?
What if you fuck up, dude? What if you fuck up one time and you're like, inhale fear, exhale power. Oh, shit.
I've actually had that thought in the past. And that thought, while you're doing the breathing exercises, then in turn, in a roundabout way, makes you do that. Right? It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know?
It's like an anti-breathing technique at that point.
Well, yeah, it's like stuttering when you talk. Or like, like when you were walking, and sometimes you just like, have you ever forgot how to walk? Like you think about it too hard, and then it's like, fuck, I don't actually remember how to do this properly, and you kind of like fucking walk stupid for a bit until you figure it out again.
Yeah, I've done that running before for sure. When I'm
Mm.
just like, I was like, I just ran yesterday. Like, what? Why don't my legs remember?
Yeah, it's like
You
not
know?
that difficult of a thing to remember how to do. Yeah, it's a natural process.
Yeah, I look like
Processes,
Forrest Gump, dude, when he
Yeah.
loses the leg braces.
And I was running. Yeah,
Uh,
I've done that doing breathing exercises. Really threw me for a loop. Forgot how to do it for a second, and then yeah.
yeah,
Sucks.
is your you mentioned that your meditation has been pretty consistent. Does that also mean that your breathing exercises are pretty consistent? Like I know that they're not necessarily correlated, but they I think they almost should be, you know? Like if you're not doing breathing exercises while you're meditating, like I don't know what like you're on some advanced level shit or you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, I do both at the same time. I do both. So I do 10 minutes breathing exercises, and then I do focused breathing while I'm meditating. Right. So I do the oxygen flush and deprivation, and then I do like the Wim Hof stuff for the breathing exercise itself, and then I
How does that
do
work?
well. You inhale power, right, and then what you do is you exhale fear. And
Is
you do
that
that.
is that Wim Hof?
You do that 30 times, right, and then you exhale all your air out, and you hold your breath for 90 seconds.
So the whole time, I always just make fun of you when you do this, but the idea is that you are doing a full breath in and out at rapid pace 30 times, or like
Not rapid, circular. So you do
circular.
yeah, so you have to get into a rhythm about it. You don't have any pause at the top or the bottom. You just inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and
Do
that
you have to say
rhythm.
the fear and power thing every time?
No, but they say it on the video, right? And it fucking for a while it made me laugh while I'm doing it because they're like, and then she'd be like, inhale, power, exhale, fear, in, out, and I'm like, and then when I get to the fucking breath holding, I can't do it the whole time because I'm like, fuck, I didn't take enough breath because I was fucking. But actually, it's interesting, right? So I figured out that I don't even. So when I first started the breath exercises, right? There was a lot of focus on me. Or I put a lot of focus into rather making sure I could get enough breath so that I could hold my breath for the 60 and then the 90 and the 90 seconds, right, respectively. And then at some point, I realized that it wasn't that I wasn't getting enough oxygen in to hold my breath that long. It's that I wasn't holding my breath correctly. Does that make sense?
I mean, I know there's multiple different ways you can hold your breath.
Mm.
I'm usually whenever I'm trying to hold my breath, I'm a fan of the swallow technique.
Mm.
Like I actually like and then I like swallow and make like I don't know, make like a bubble in my throat, and that's
Yeah.
how I keep my air from coming back up, as opposed to just like holding it in my I don't know, in like my upper like my nose and mouth. Like
Right.
that's not where I hold my breath.
So that kind of works for when you're holding your breath on the inhale. So, and that's also how I would have done it as well, and did at the beginning was when I would, but when you hold your breath on the exhale, right, you can't do that because when you
What do you
swallow,
mean on the inhale or the exhale?
so when you hold your breath on the inhale, you take a breath in and you hold that breath, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I do is the opposite. When I hold my breath, I exhale fully and then I hold that. Right. So there's
Okay.
no oxygen in my lungs at all as I hold the breath. Right. And then the mistake that I made was I would swallow. Right. And what happens when you swallow while you're holding your breath on the exhale is it creates like a suction that makes at
Oh.
least it feels like a suction that makes me want to breathe. So then it would become really difficult. I would feel my body tensing up and like trying to hold it, and then
Are
essentially I would just fail.
Are you sure that it's the bubble and not? Because like I just kind of did it.
Hmm.
Um. And I've realized that whenever someone tells me to hold my breath, I always take a big inhale, then hold it.
Yeah.
But whenever I just tried exhaling and then holding at the bottom, it's definitely more panic inducing because
It
you're
is.
just like maybe, and I don't know if it's your body or if it's my mind being like, oh, if I'm holding my breath while there's breath in me, while there's air in me, like I'm holding on to something valuable inside of me.
Right.
But the other way around, I'm being deprived of something that
Exactly.
my body's like screaming for.
You don't even get it. You don't have any reserve in there to get you through the process of that time frame, right? You have nothing. So you have to, and it is actually all mind. I found like once you've done it a couple of times and you've gotten your body used to not having that breath, it's then all up here. Because like, I mean, there's some days where I do it and I'm fucking just easy peasy, bro. No stress. I'm able to because I focus. I take the breath and I exhale and I hold it, and I'm able to focus my mind and kind of I guess put more focus onto how my body's feeling. Like so, trying to do like an awareness meditation or being present in the moment is what helps me get through it. But
Yeah.
sometimes, dude, and even in the same like meditation itself, like fucking the first holding breath is fine. Then the second one, I'll start thinking about something, and like I'm just like my mind just starts to kind of wander a bit, and then I realize I'm like, fuck, I really need to fucking inhale right now. Shit. Sometimes I think about holding my breath too much, right? So I think about like, fuck, it's been like it's got to be getting close, right? It's almost the 90 seconds is up, right? Like I really need to fucking breathe. But what's helped me the most is just really getting into a like that present moment, really drawing down my awareness and trying to draw my awareness closer to myself as opposed to letting it fly off. Like I focus on how my skin feels, like
Is it like
what
a
kind of air.
calmness?
I wouldn't say it's like a calmness. I think it's forcing my mind to not panic. Right? It's forcing my mind to you're not gonna die. You're gonna get to breathe. It's like a delayed gratification almost for your breathing, which is an odd thing to think about, right? Because usually when we think about delayed gratification, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna wait until I get home to have a beer, or instead of jerking off, I'm gonna try to, I'll give it a couple of days, see if I can get the missus to get a little bit randy, or whatever. But for breathing, it's something that we do continuously all fucking day. And so the
Yeah.
idea that you're depriving yourself of that for some kind of meditative purpose seems really kind of off the wall. Uh, but
Yeah.
it
I don't know if I'm into it, dude. What like I'm into meditation, but I
mm,
don't know if I'm into like holding my breath either way or
mm,
like forcing myself to hyperventilate or that almost sounds like you're trying to get high is what it
oh,
sounds like.
it does make you feel a little bit high. It makes your mind feel a little bit fucking fuzzy and strange. You're not hyper. You don't want to hyperventilate, and that's another mistake I made early on in that meditation breath work exercise was I was trying to inhale as much as I could, as much air as I could at any given time, so that when I did get to that point, it wouldn't hurt as bad. I would be able to actually hold my breath for that period of time. But once I realized that it's not necessarily how much air I'm intaking and exhaling, it's more about focusing my body to recognize that it's gonna be okay without it. There's no panic. There's no need for that air. The other thing that happens when you feel like you need to inhale is that your body tenses up, right? You fucking like, because you're holding, you're like, oh, everything starts getting tense. Well, then your body's using more oxygen, right? All your muscles are clenching and like sucking the oxygen from your blood. But relaxing, just waiting, thinking about it, focusing on it, you're fine, right? And then so after those 3 sessions of inhaling, exhaling, inhaling the power and exhaling the fear, and then holding your breath for 60, 90, 90 respectively, right?
Yeah.
You've got another 10 minutes of meditation, right? Where you inhale, that last inhale, hold it for 15 seconds and let it go. And it's like, it's kind of similar to how you feel when like you've just, I would say, like just finished a run. Like say you just like done a timed 1 mile or something. Something where you're really putting out real hard, right? And you finish it, and like that whole time you just felt like shit because it was so fucking difficult, And then like that, almost like that water coming down. That feeling where like water's rushing over you, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, and your breathing goes normal. You achieve like this. It's like this weird peace, man. Even if it's only for a few minutes, like if you lose it because you're not, you're having a difficult day meditating or whatever it is, but you achieve, like, it's really, really easy to just kind of focus your mind after that and think about what it is you want to meditate about, or how it is you're going to go about meditating for the rest of that 10 minutes, and then you do it, right?
Yeah, if breathing didn't make for terrible podcasting, I'd be like, all right, fuck it, let's do it right now.
We could do it right now, dude. It doesn't matter.
I don't want to do it. I'm scared. But no, you definitely have my curiosity about mixing in breath work. I've certainly heard about breath work, and I'm like, I can barely make myself fucking meditate, but I'm getting to the point now where I actually can. I'm getting more consistent with it. So, yeah, it's probably time to start exploring some breath work. But also, I finally scheduled my deviated septum surgery.
Nice.
Which is a bit more wild than I realized, bro.
Really?
Like, I don't know what I thought was supposed to happen in those. Are you familiar with the process of it? Like, what actually happens when they do a surgery like this?
What I understand about rhinoplasty is that they're going in and breaking the cartilage and the nose, realigning everything, and
But
then
you know how they do it.
with a giant hammer, right? It's like a pick, like they use for lobotomies, dude. They
I don't know if they. I hope there is a hammer involved, but essentially what they do, and I was like, yeah, man, fucking fix the nose. Hopefully I can breathe a little better. It's cool.
Right. Yeah, that'd be great.
And they're like, yeah, like I think we're gonna have to do like a rhinoplasty surgery. And I was like, okay, cool. How's that work? And he was like, yeah, so they like cut your nose right here. They cut it right here, and then fucking lift up. Yeah, dude. They lift up your entire fucking like nose skin to the point where with their eyes, they can see your fucking the bones and the cartilage and everything inside of your nose. And they lift that up and they keep it there when they get in there and they smack things around. And so in my case, they're gonna do that, cut my nose, lift up the skin, and then break my nose right here. She was like, you will have like double black eyes, like an incredible amount of swelling. Like you won't be able to breathe at all out of your nose for like a week at least.
Yeah.
But they break it, straighten everything out. They actually remove some of the fuck, I can't remember what they're called, but they're the things that when you have allergies, they like get bigger. I forget what they're called, but
Oh,
there's like a sac in your nose. It starts with a T.
I learned about it on Osmosis Jones, but I can't remember.
Probably. But anyway,
yeah.
yeah, whatever that thing's called, they're actually gonna shave some of that off so that like when I do have like allergies, they like can't physically get as big to like obstruct my airway.
Okay.
So they're like straightening out my nose, and they actually had me consent to. Oh, go yes.
I was just gonna ask. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but is that going to affect your body's ability to fight off allergies, though?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think so. I think these respond and swell up to when in the presence of allergens.
Right.
So maybe it's a way to like intentionally block your nose so that less allergens can get into your nose. But I don't know. And they actually make you consent for a little bit of. They're like, yeah, like so we're gonna move some cartridge around, like cartilage around, and obviously the bones we're gonna break them, realign them. But they actually make you consent to your ear, like a little bit of like ear surgery.
Cartilage, right? Because it takes some cartilage out of there.
Yeah, it's he was like it's rare, but in some cases, like they have to take cartilage from your ear and put it in your nose if they need more like shit to play with to fucking Play-Doh the shit back together, right? And I was like, huh?
They're gonna cut a notch out of your ear, dude. You're gonna wake up, 2 black eyes, feeling like shit. You're gonna look in the mirror and you'll be like, "Those motherfuckers stole some of my ear."
Dude, yeah, they made me consent to it because they're like, well, we don't want to wake you up, dude, in the middle of it to be like, hey, can we have some of your ear?
Can we get some of your ear, bro? Right.
But yeah, man, they were describing it to me, and I was like, oh fuck, I never knew what a nose job was, but that sounds fucking brutal, dude.
Yeah, that doesn't sound nice at all. That sounds fucked.
No,
that sounds fucked.
No, dude. They said it'd be pretty much constant and pretty high pain for the first week, and swelling and black eyes, and I pretty much won't be able to like breathe out of my nose at all. And then like a week and a half of that, and then after about a month, my face will be back to normal. My face will look the same, will look like it does now, except with just a straighter
normal
nose.
as it's ever been, anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it takes a full 6 months for like complete healing, like for everything in my nose to like not be inflamed or swollen.
Right. So at the end of that 6 months, then you'll be able to breathe out both sides of your nose consistently.
That's the idea, dude. And I was like, fuck, maybe not. Like, could we?
It sounds like a long process. Maybe I'll just get some rocket fuel like Mican has and start eating some menthol crystals or some shit. Maybe that'll work.
I mean,
that's wild.
I mean, I just want to get it done, dude. It's the kind of thing of like I've heard that it's helped people, and like why not just get a fucking straighter schnoz, if you can. Yeah. It's not like I'm paying for it. The VA's doing all of it. So.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, righto. Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could do something similar.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Interesting. I don't know. I've heard that it's like really beneficial for your breathing, like because you don't notice how much you miss or how good it was breathing through both sides of your nose when you haven't done it for so long. And I imagine it probably helps out a lot with running. Being able to breathe properly, probably help meditating as well. Being able to breathe properly.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I don't know. It's probably. I'll wait till you do it. I can't wait to see how it goes for you.
What?
Because then I don't like. I'm not saying I hope or I think that anything bad's gonna happen. There's gonna be any like horror stories. But if there is, I want to avoid that for myself. So you're a good.
I'll be your
guinea
guinea pig, dude. Yeah, I'll do it for you. I'll be your fucking rat in the maze. But yeah, and one of the first things they tell you is, hey, they're like, hey, possible side effects from the surgery, it might not work. Like, you might not breathe any better. Like, yeah, we're gonna fix it, like
your nose will be straight. Yeah.
Yeah, like the passages for airflow will be larger than they are now, for sure. But like, you might still have, problems.
Huh.
Yeah.
So what are those problems caused by if it's not physical? Is it all in your head? Like your brain's just been breathing through half of your nose for so long that it just doesn't think it can do both sides?
I don't know, bruh.
That's weird. That's interesting. I wonder if there's a way to breathe through a deviate, like convince your body to heal its own deviated septum without surgery. Like if I like picture this, right? What if there's a meditative practice, right? Like an hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon that you do every day for 6 months, which is how long it's going to take you to heal up from your nose job, right? Okay. You do this every day for 6 months. And at the end of the 6 months, you don't have any black eyes. You don't have any consistent pain. You just had to meditate 2 hours a day, one on each end of the day, right? And then all of a sudden, your body is just, like a fucking transformer, just, and it just fucking, your nose back into place, and it's fucking straight as fuck. And then you're just like, what if there's something like that?
Honestly, dude, I'd rather have this 2 hours a day meditating. Like, what the fuck, man? I got shit to do. Just put me under the knife, bitch. Let's go.
See, I'm the exact opposite, dude. I don't give a fuck about knives. I don't want a fucking knife on my face. That terrifies the shit out of me.
Dude, like whenever I have like a pimple, that's like it's like not quite ready. It's like underneath the skin,
Fuck you.
Dude, I do you one better than that, dude. I'm like, honey, grab the sewing needle, and I make her like stab me in the fucking pimples that are like deep in there, and I'm like, yeah, use the tweezers, get in there, dig it out, dig out the root. And thankfully, Janie kind of likes that. She says she doesn't, but she does.
Yeah,
she likes being a little. She likes being a little fucking get in there, find the root, find the hair.
It like speaks to the same part of their brain that enjoys true crime podcasts, right? There's a little part of them that's just a little bit fucking evil that they really want to cut. Yeah. Like they hear about like fucking Gacy slicing pieces of skin off these young boys, right? And they're like, oh, fucking, that's horrible. But also, I kind of want to see how that fucking feels. That like? What's that like doing that? Putting somebody under the knife.
What's that like?
Interesting. So, well, I'll be interested to see how it goes, and I hope it goes really well. Because I
Thanks.
can imagine. I can only.
It is scary that it's like your face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. I mean, not that I think that I'm some like my face is some shining example of symmetry and like good looks, but I'm kind of like, well, I don't want to look like a busted fuck, Like, what if fucking the doctor sneezes and just like, and just punches me in the fucking
your raw nose.
Yeah,
protecting it at all. It's just raw nose cartilage, just boosh.
Oh shit! I mean, at least they're already in there, I guess.
Well, yeah, they can just fix it up, right? And you're under, so you won't feel it. Maybe they do, dude. How do you know they don't, right? You have two black eyes. There's no say it's
hammer.
From the nose.
Dude, there's no it.
And they just fucking sitting there fucking boosh, 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 boosh. They don't lay you down. They hang you upside down like a punching bag, and it just start fucking like
you're
Rocky,
a
dude.
fucking Yeah, dude, like you're a quarter of beef hanging in a freezer. They're just taking turns flying knee and you
Oh
until
my
the
god,
shit
yeah.
looks right.
Yeah, man, I've got a fucking UFC competition later this month. I gotta get fucking ready. Limber up, boy, limber up. And they're just there. You
Yeah,
are, dude, hanging upside down, just bosh, bosh, bosh. Yeah,
yeah.
it's fucked up.
And
I
eventually they just
wonder.
hit you the right combination of times that everything breaks so much that it's just like, oh, it's all even now. Okay, everybody, okay, stop.
They've probably
Put his nose
got
back on.
after a while they would have developed like routines, like cheat codes in GTA. It's like left, right, up, left,
Uh-huh.
up, down, X, B, Z, and it's fucking now you got a perfect nose. And they're like, we
Hmm.
did it, boys. Sew 'em back up. We did it. Another successful fucking rhinoplasty, boys.
Another beautiful combo pulled off. Yeah.
Fucking maybe.
Fatality.
Fatality. Hey, we got infinite ammo that time. Oh shit, we did the wrong one.
Yeah, my dick fucking just like grows.
Fucking huge. Your nose is all fucking munted, but your dick is just like down to your knees. Fuck yeah, that'd be fucking
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah,
It's fucked up,
that
dude.
would be
Hey,
dope.
honestly, I'd take a fucked up nose if I could have a little bit bigger of a dick. It wouldn't even have to be that much bigger. Like, I'm maybe an
I-
inch. Just
I think-
an extra inch.
I think a
and a
lot
half
of dudes would agree to that exchange too. They're just like, yeah, fuck it. I'll take a
Yeah,
little
man.
fucked
1
up
inch of
nose.
length, another, maybe like a half inch of girth, and fucking just take the end of my nose off. Just take it, Maybe they don't take it. Maybe they just, I don't know, break it a couple more times. So instead of like 1 zigzag, it's like 3. It's just
Yeah.
a little bit fucked up. Yeah, it's harder to breathe, sure, but man, the dick
I'll take-
though.
Yeah, dude. I'll take 3 zigzags for an inch of dick.
Just an extra inch.
Eh.
Man. Tell me about Rome.
Fuck
dude.
it.
You had a
I have a
question
question
about
for
Rome.
you.
You had a question
Yeah, I have a
about
question
Rome.
for you.
I'm curious.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire?
A fair bit, actually, I think. Why? In what context? I'm curious.
Any context, quantify it for me. Like, give me like twice a year. Is it every day? Is it like what?
I wouldn't say it's every day, but like for example, and it's different like things, right? Different fucking like thoughts about it, right? Like this morning when me and Curly were on our walk, we were talking about
You were talking about it this morning.
Well, yeah, we were talking about England and how much money they stopped paying out money to India ever since they went to the moon, because people are like really fucking pissed off that like why are we giving India money when they're going to the moon and we're not? You know what I mean? So
Kind
but
of fair. Like
why?
I'm like, if you can get to the moon, I think we're square.
Well, that's exactly right. Why are we still giving you money? Why are we still paying? Like, so this is an argument that's been going on forever, and I'm sure there's people out there that are going to disagree with me. That's fine, disagree away, all right. But the whole idea of reparations is nuts, right? When you think about it, so people are always saying like England's got to pay us reparations because they fucked up India, they fucked up South Africa, they fucked up all these different places, right? But do you know how many countries fucked up England before that? Right? And Rome is one of those countries. You know what I mean? The Romans went into England, decimated large portions of the indigenous people that lived there. And Kirilee's like, where's my reparations? I want reparations from Rome, France, fucking Italy. No, Rome isn't Italy, sorry. Fucking Belgium, Norway. Fucking think about the Vikings that went over there. And yeah, I understand there's a lot of trade that fucking resulted from like these other countries going and fucking decimating these indigenous cultures. But how far back are we going to go? For me, dude, I'm Czechoslovakian. You know how many times Russia should pay me reparations? Just by the same logic that fucking people are demanding England or America pay reparations?
Yeah, I'm kind of the forethought of like we definitely shouldn't forget the past, and like
No.
a lot of fucked up shit happened. But like all those people are dead, you know.
Yeah.
And I
It's
get
done.
that, like, you know, these things are generational, especially when you get like generational wealth and whatnot.
Mm.
But I don't know. It just doesn't seem. Just
Well,
doesn't seem that legit.
You got to think about it from this perspective, right? The country that's paying the reparations, yeah? Where are they getting the money to pay those reparations? They're taking them in tax from people that had, well, even if their families were around during like slavery times, say America, for example, right? Even if these people's families were around during slavery, there's no guarantee they had slaves. And even if they fucking, you know, and if they didn't, like, it's not like they made the decision to do slavery. Right. So these people, like, you know, people that are just working to struggle to get by, you know, fucking a teacher that's making $70K a year tops. Now she's got a fucking, her taxes are increased because of fucking slave trade that happened yonks ago. She had no decision making process in that whatsoever. Her family probably didn't, dude. I know my family didn't. We were in fucking Czechoslovakia getting fucked up by the Russians and the Bulgarians and the fucking whatever,
I
you
think
know?
I think my family wishes they had enough money to buy slaves, but I think we were just fucking poor motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Poor
I think that's
motherfuckers just
I
happened
think
to
that's
not
the
be
case.
black, and then they're like, hey,
Yeah.
don't take us.
Yeah. Just glad to, like, they were on the same economic scale as the people that were getting rounded up for slave. It's just lucky that they weren't that dark, you know? Like, lucky
I think
you
there
guys.
was a bit of that when it comes to Florida white trash. I don't think we have a very generational wealth lineage. That's for sure. And at least I didn't see any of it.
No. You really got to look at
You're
you got
getting
to
away
look
from my
at the
question, Mike. And
Sorry,
you're
sorry,
getting away
sorry.
from my
So
question.
I
How
would
many
say
times? Like,
I would
give
say
me how often do you think about the Roman Empire?
dude, to be like really like generous, probably once a week at least once a week, maybe in some aspect, you know, whether it's like, man, thank God for fucking whatever form of fucking like government like thinking about like democracy, for example, like that's pretty cool. That fucking kind of started in Rome a little bit, you know, but then you think about like I don't know, it's probably once a week. Yeah. Why?
That's funny. That is the number one answer among men is
Really?
once a week. Yeah,
True.
yeah. I guess it's like a TikTok trend right now. Of like asking men like okay like just ask the men in your life like how often do you think about the Roman Empire, and most men are like once a week
That
in
is
some
fucking
capacity.
odd.
I said once a month. But
Yeah,
I was like,
right.
but when I do, I go deep, dude.
Yeah, it's like a week's worth of research into fucking like Rome and fucking yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure. That's
Well,
odd.
and I think it's just like it's such a fascination with that time period of like just swords and shields, dude. That was they fucking got a bunch of dudes together and they were like, let's organize a society and a people, and we'll give you cool uniforms and you'll fight in coliseums, and then by the way, we'll have all these people go and fuck up those people over there, hardcore, taking their shit, killing and conquering style. And there's something about that, dude, that speaks to my speaks to my ape brain. You know, buried in there, I'm like, conquer?
I want to conquer stuff.
You know who fucking conquered shit really good? The Romans. They conquered shit fucking good, dude.
Ancient Rome did, yeah. Fucking conquered shit
Yeah.
real good. Now it's the Pope. And, you know, I mean, it's still going,
Yeah.
dude. Pope's still conquering shit. He's conquering hearts and minds, okay?
I don't think so.
Hearts and
I think
minds.
I think they're really losing right now. Shane's kind of an example if you listen to the last, or an exception if you listen to the last episode.
Yeah. Well, he's
But-
Christian. He's not Catholic. It's a big difference.
Not fucking really, dude.
It is. There's some
It's
major
not, though.
fundamental differences, but we're not going to get into that at the moment. I think that's okay. But, you know, ancient Rome, has been seriously glamorized as well in like the media, not just like the movies and the TV shows, but also just you think about like especially like the last few years this um I don't know what do you call it like and you probably I don't know if you're on TikTok, but I've seen it a lot on TikTok and YouTube is like this alpha male sector of the platforms where like it's all fucking Marcus Aurelius quotes taken out of context and
Yeah.
fucking like shit like that.
It's always like dudes that have this like delusion of grandeur of like we all think that we'd be Caesar leading the army
Fuck
and
that,
like
bro.
crushing everybody when in reality we're probably like foot soldier 1012 getting fucking like trench foot and dying miserably.
Dude, I'm a goat
From
farmer,
like
bro.
an arrow in the gut.
Nah, dude, I will stay at home and be a goat farmer or a road builder. I don't give a fuck. I don't want any
Bro,
part in that
I'm showing up
fucking.
with my boys, dude, and we're fucking up your house.
I'm Roman. Why would you fuck up my house? You
Why are you
fucking cock,
Roman?
dude.
Dude,
Why wouldn't you're
you're
Roman?
only Roman after we take your shit and your
Well,
wife, and I'll be like, now you go farm for us, huh? Sound good?
that was the interesting thing about it, though, right? Was that they would go into a place, and then to become a Roman citizen, all you had to do was fight for the legionnaires for what was it like 10 years or something like that? 8 years, 6 years, not even that long. I'm
That's
not
a
sure.
long time for
Well,
like
if you can
sword
make
and
it,
shield
dude.
fighting,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. No, yeah, I get that. It's fucking
How
ages,
many
right?
how many battles do you have to survive over the span of like
Well,
10 years?
think about it, dude. Like to get from battle to battle, it took years of walking to get there.
Doesn't
Right?
take
So you
years,
might
dude.
only
Doesn't
fucking
take
make it.
years of walking.
Fucking yeah, it did, dude. Where do you think they fucking started out, bro? You start
No,
out in
dude.
fucking Rome, and then you gotta fucking walk to
We have
fucking England,
we have
right?
fucking carts, dude. We
Yeah,
have carts.
who's pulling the carts? It's not fucking
horses, dude.
No, dude, it's the fucking foot. It's you, motherfucker. It's you, foot soldiers, are pulling
No,
those
not
carts
me, man.
on the roads I built. I built those roads. See? You better
Nah,
hope I made some nice
fucking
cobblestone roads.
shitty
for
ass
you guys.
roads, dude. Oh, you know what, dude? I'll be in the Coliseum, fucking choke slamming tigers and shit left and
Oh,
right.
yeah,
Don't worry about
yeah.
me, man.
You don't even need no fucking roads, bro. No barbarians are gonna get you, son.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't have minded the Coliseum.
What?
You know, in my like little glamorization of my mind, I think I would.
Yeah.
I think I would have had a really good time. You
I think
know?
that's how every dude thinks, though.
Yeah,
is
dude.
the
I would've
problem?
fucking
Like,
run that
and
shit,
there's
son.
no,
Run that shit.
there's no way, bro.
Hey, what do you mean?
You-
I'm a big guy. I'm fit. I'll fight
Yeah,
a tiger.
yeah, but like you catch like even if you win a couple battles, dude, do you think you're getting out like clean? Like you're gonna catch like a sword scrape and you're gonna have a gash that's gonna get infected.
Yeah, dude. Oh yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. Just clean that shit out with tiger's piss. All right, fucking sterilizes the fucking scratches.
Yeah, you're right.
Fucking band that shit up with some
forgot.
fucking ant heads, dude. I'll figure some shit out, dude.
I forgot
mean-
about the tiger's piss. Yeah,
Yeah, tiger's piss, dude. I mean, they had some pretty
course.
alright fucking medical practices. Tiger's piss, ant head stitches, fucking, they were like
What-
cutting
they-
edge back then.
they just figured out bathing, bro. What are you talking about?
Oh no, dude. Fucking actually, this is interesting. Fucking Rome didn't just figure out bathing, dude. They run bathing. They had
Yeah,
these fucking
they had
bathhouses,
bathhouses.
bro. Dude, they had these bathhouses, bro, and they were so fucking interesting, right? Because they were actually designed to pull water up from aquifers and heat that shit and like fucking keep circulating it, and then the steam would come down and the condensation would feed it back into this giant fucking kiln where it would like reheat the water again, dude. Fucking I was watching a fucking documentary on bathhouses, right? And they're not sure who came up with it first. Was it the Romans who got it from the Greeks, or was it the fucking Japanese? They have no idea, right? But like one of these fucking like civilizations came. They might have just come up with it at the same fucking time, but yeah, really crazy stuff. Like they didn't just come up with bathing, dude. They revolutionized bathing for the entire world with bathhouses.
Yeah, but now it's just like a gay sex thing.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, really, dude. Have you ever been in a bathhouse?
No, I haven't
Fucking
sought random gay sex before.
well, dude. I mean, you can go to a bathhouse without sodding out the gay sex.
I
You
don't
just got
think
to
so.
bring some kind of fucking stick to beat the dudes
Not
off
in
with.
Denver, dude.
True. Like you can't go. There's like no heterosexual bathhouses.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's a fucking shame, isn't it? Fucking missing out
Kind
on
of a
like a
shame.
huge demographic of people that would probably enjoy bathhouses.
Yeah, the Japanese did that as well, huh?
But they still do. Yeah, they still have bathhouses around all over Japan. More so on the mainland than they do. Fucking dogs. More so on the
Aren't
mainland than they do in Okinawa, though.
aren't like wasn't that like where like deals got done, dude? Like if you're like, you know what, we're about to do this corporate merger. Hey, tell them to meet me at the bathhouse. We'll be that's where let's fucking get our dongs out and then we'll talk business.
Yeah, I think it was like the mafia involved as well. Like not the mafia, like the yakuzas and the fucking different houses of that, like the different Japanese gangs and stuff. Not just run, but also very much use the bathhouses because it's probably really easy to spy on these other like corporate businesses owners and stuff, like these businessmen that come in with like fucking big money and stuff. All you need to do is pay some fucking, some other dude to go sit in the bathhouse at the same time. Or maybe you're using like the towel boys to fucking get garnish information as they're fucking going through.
It just seems like a terrible place to do business, you know?
I don't know, man. Think about it.
You can't sign anything. You can't fucking.
Well, dude, no signing. There's no signing, dude. Signing comes after. That's like the legal stuff, right? That's like oh yeah, this is what we're gonna do, fucking da 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 da. This is how much money, da 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 da. No. Bathhouse deals, dude. That's in blood, bro. Like you shake that hand in a bathhouse, man. You're at your most vulnerable. They're at their most vulnerable, and you got both got purely clear heads because you're just struggling to breathe, right? Because it's so fucking steamy in there. You got these clear heads. You think about like what we're talking about with the meditation, right? They're flushing their system of the toxins in their bodies. Their minds are clear in their meditative state. They're making these deals, and it's like not legal. It's a deal of respect, like man to man, mano y mano. This is what we're gonna do, and if we break it, well, fucking, you're dead. Right, you better flee the country because that's it. You're done. You made the bathhouse deal. You shook my hand while we were naked, dude. Our dicks were looking at each other, right? You don't go back on that. That is that is sacred. That's a sacred deal.
That's a really good point. I don't think that I could, like, refute a bathhouse agreement. You know, if I'm just like that is what we talked about when our dicks were out. For sure. 100%, dude. You got me there.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you going to do? Just go back on that, bro? I don't think so. And the kind of people that do, you already know those people as soon as they walk in. You're like, oh, this guy's not real comfortable in the bathhouse. This guy's looking a little bit shifty. He's wearing his towel for a little bit too long. He's sweating more than he should be sweating.
Yeah, what's going on? What are you hiding?
What's up with this dude? What are you hiding, bro? Does this bathhouse make you uncomfortable, my friend? Well, I wonder why that is. Deal's off. Get out of my bathhouse.
Deal's off, bitch.
Deal's off. But we were going to do a merger. We were going to save each other's companies. Like, no. I'll go invest with fucking Joe fucking Schmo over there who's got his cock out all the time. Not just in the bathhouse. He's walking around with a trench coat because he just whips that shit out. He's so comfortable. That's a man you can trust. All right? Not just in a bathhouse, but anywhere.
Dude. That's I agree, son. Yeah, it is interesting coming from the military too, and that like we're so used to seeing other men naked, and now it's weird if you ask to see a man's cock in the real world. You can't take a shower with a dude anymore.
No, people are really uncomfortable about it, isn't it?
Shame, dude.
It is a shame, man.
Some of my best conversations were taking showers with a bunch of other men.
Yeah. They haven't been topped, dude. This podcast doesn't. We've had some awesome conversations on here, but you know what would make it better if we were naked and in person. You know what I mean?
You're right.
I don't get why people are so uncomfortable with it. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe I was uncomfortable with it at a time before time, but you know, maybe being forced to go through that in boot camp kind of.
I think it's definitely like a weird thing because then you're just like, it definitely if you're like the magic happens once you get used to it. Yeah. Once you're, because like initially you're like, oh, why is it everybody's fucking naked? Like all these dicks look fucking weird. Yeah. So many dicks look fucking weird, dude. So like I've seen some ugly fucking dicks in my life. And all of them have been in the military. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, man.
Fucking put it away.
But once you get used to it, you're just like, oh, it's actually pretty like, I don't know, like you just lose that barrier of like society in a way. You're just like, oh no, we can just be dudes, you know. Back in the old day, you think we were hunting and gathering, you think we would have, you know, cared if somebody was, if you know, if our fellow brethren was naked next to us,
right,
taking a bath in the river.
No, in fact, you'd feel weird if he asked you to leave, you know, if he's like, oh, hey, can I just get some privacy in the bath today? It's like, is everything all right with you, dude? What's going on? Are you okay?
Everything all right in the cave, dude? Everything all right at home?
You're as you're scrubbing their back, they're like, oh, I just need some time alone. It's like, are you? What's going on, bro? What's going on with you right now?
As you're fucking him in the ass, you're like, he's like, I think I could just use a little bit of alone time, and you're like, is everything cool, man?
Dude, what's going on, bro? Are you serious right now? Are you for real? Like, what the fuck's going on, dude? We do this every day. What the fuck? I don't understand why you fucking, you know, it's just, yeah, that's on. Now it's completely flip-flop. And you know what? This is like a real downfall of our society as a whole, I think, is that men stop bathing with each other. At some point in like fucking World War II, man,
is that the moment? Is that the moment where like we started going downhill as a society? Men stopped bathing together.
I think so, dude. I mean, think about it, right? Really, like, think about it. All right, men.
I'm picturing it.
All right, so men are fucking not running everything, but kind of running everything. All right, and then at some point, dude, men became uncomfortable being around other men and naked. Right? At some point, it became weird and odd. Yeah? And now, men are pussies. Right? I don't know any men.
It is like the biggest like CEOs were just like, I'm fucking the king of this operation. I have so much money. I have so much power. But, you know, if you look like Hank Hill naked, like, and nobody's, and you're like, I'm not going to respect you.
Right.
Like, come on, dude. Put a little...
But it was never about what you look like, right? See, that's the thing, is people were more worried about looking like Hank Hill naked. But they failed to realize that Hank Hill's an honest, hardworking man who gives a shit about his kids and his wife. You know what I mean? It was never about what you look like naked. It was about the man you were when you were naked and clothed. And
yeah, now, but if you were insecure with your physical features.
That's exactly what it is. It's insecure.
You're like, hey, I'm just gonna remake society to where no one ever sees anybody else naked either, so nobody has to ask to see me naked.
Yep.
And then that's here we are, dude. Wow, we cracked it.
We cracked it, dude. That's why men's taints are getting smaller. It's not the phthalates in the fucking food and water. It's not the chemicals and the hormones.
Some of the phthalates.
No. That lady's completely fucking wrong. We fucking figured it out. It's because men don't shower or bathe naked together anymore. That's what it is. If we want true men to come back, we all need to fucking start having sex. Gay butt sex, but it's not gay because it's in a bathhouse.
Did the Romans gay butt fuck?
I don't know if they gave...
I mean, like, I'm sure there was some gay butt fucking going on.
Yeah.
But, like, was it the same way as, like, Greece and Sparta was, like, they're like, no, it's kind of a thing we do, you know?
Yeah, it was
like
camaraderie, bro.
But, like, for bonding.
Yeah, it was camaraderie. Camaraderie, dude.
It's
It
my
was
boy.
always, yeah, this is my fucking squire who I'm teaching to be a legionnaire, just like me. He
I'm just
bathes me, I bathe him, we have sex.
I'm just trying to
gay.
decompress with my boy, you know?
Yeah, you know, fucking orgies. That's just more of us decompressing at the same time, bro.
Yeah.
And then bathhouse to get the cum off.
Yeah. Them boys are on to something, huh?
They had it figured out, and then we let somebody come along one day and be like, "Nah, that's not good anymore. Better not do that. That's gross."
Yeah, dude, the first homophobe really, really set us back.
Dude, shrunk billions of people's taints. They're only getting smaller, bro.
I'm gonna grab some more coffee. I'll be right back.
Same here.
All right, dude. My dude. I think let's do a. What would you rather hear about? Would you rather do a sobriety update? Hear about the second house that I got under contract with, or Millionaire?
I'm pretty curious about Millionaire, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But I am curious about the house too.
Not about my sobriety, huh? Not curious about that.
I hope you're still sober, because I am. I mean, I haven't given up. Have you?
No.
Okay, good. Well, that's good. Then neither of us have given up on that. That's
Consider it updated.
Yeah. No. Tell me about your sobriety, dude. Is there an actual update? Has something happened? Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm definitely getting I'm getting kind of over it. But it's funny. I was talking to Boris today, a friend of the show, and I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get back into drinking here soon, and he kind of like brought up a conversation that we had like a few weeks ago, and I was just like, maybe I'll just like go sober forever, and like, yeah, like I don't really need the, it's poison, blah 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 blah.
But you said that to him?
Yeah.
At some point?
And then he was just like, remember when you said that? And I was like, oh shit. It was just like it was just such an honest moment of like him kind of calling me out on my shit.
Yeah.
Like a friend being like, remember when you were talking a big game? And I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling not that anymore.
Yeah. that's fucking funny, dude.
I am trying to kind of come to grips with it, because I think I have in a lot of ways given myself a lot of justifications for being like, wait, like why just ever do it? Like, you've gone a month and a half, it'll be 2 months. Like, you could just keep going. Yeah. But then I think about, like, I still feel like I'm limiting myself for kind of the sake of limiting myself. Like I think that alcohol can be a useful tool for like connecting with others and like relaxation, kind of all that stuff. And like, you should be able to do all that stuff without booze 100%. But it's kind of just like, I enjoy that tool, and it's been a part of my like life and culture and for a long time, and in a lot of ways unhealthy, but in a lot of ways, like I've made and maintained a lot of really good friends through drinking, as kind of shitty as that sounds. And I'm just not quite ready to give it up. I think I think once I'm, I told him I was like maybe once I'm 30, dude. I'm 28 now. Like maybe once I'm 30, you know, I have like a toddler running around or something.
That's when you're gonna want to drink the most, bro.
Well, that's what I thought about. I was like,
Toddlers screaming through the halls. Hey, Dad, why is the sky blue? Dad, how many eggs can you fit in your mouth? Dad, how come I have to wear shoes on both feet? Dad, how come there's different shoes for different feet? Dad. I mean, dude, the list of questions goes on. I can come up with them all day, bro.
they're all good questions.
Well, sure. And annoying questions.
How many
as
eggs
well.
can I fit in my mouth? This is a fantastic question. But I don't know. I think I could handle fatherhood better with pot than I could alcohol. Like I think alcohol is like, yeah, it's a way to like decompress from like being annoyed, or like it's a way to make being annoyed less annoying in a way. Maybe that's not true all the time. I think in some cases it exacerbates it, but
Right. Well, I definitely think like there's room for both, right? And this is where you come into the argument of like how much is enough for you, and are you able to regulate that, right? Because when you've got kids, you don't want to be getting drunk. It's nice to have a beer or a whiskey or a tequila, you know, but you really got to leave it at that. You know, how much is going to be too much when you've got kids running around, and it's the same with pot too. You know, but it's easier to regulate that, I think, with pot, because you have a smoke, you're not instantly thinking, man, I could go for another fucking smoke right now. You're like, oh, fucking, this feels pretty nice. I think maybe I'll go if I could watch SpongeBob with my kid. You know, it's just, but I think for sure, like, you know, if you feel like you can't regulate that thing, then I think it's something you need to get rid of. But I kind of think to myself that maybe this is what these months are for, is learning how to better regulate that stuff, right? Because
yeah,
I haven't really noticed the not drinking because I don't drink that much. You know, I don't drink throughout the week at all.
I've noticed it.
I know you have. It's been difficult. I've been difficult, bro. I get it, dude. 100%. Like, I wish I could, you know,
I've
fucking.
noticed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
and
cunt
kind of back
lately,
to your
Mican,
point
you know.
of like, am I just yo-yoing through these like sober months, and then I fucking get drinking heavy again, and then I go back to another sober month? Like, I don't like that cycle either. So if I can instead use this time to train myself to have a better relationship with alcohol, and like use it more as a tool that works for me, not like
You working for it.
it puts me to work, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm under its spell in any capacity. I think that's the question that's yet to be answered. Can I be in full control over my drinking habits over a long time span?
Right.
Or do I keep seeing myself, you know, kind of constantly slip more toward drinking heavier, and then, you know, being like, oh, fucking stop the madness.
Yeah. So, not necessarily like, what do you think the answer is, but if it comes to a point where you realize, like, honestly, it's no, you can't make that adjustment to use it as an occasional thing or a tool or regulate it properly, then what?
It's scary, but I think I could make that decision to be like, you know what, it's out.
Yeah.
It's out. And I think if I had a kid, you know, if I had, I think probably a kid is the biggest example that comes to my mind of like, you know what, like I can't, what am I doing drinking it, like if I get to that point where I'm having like 3 or 4 tequilas on a Tuesday with my toddler running around, I'm like, that's a no bueno situation for me.
Right.
And I think that's when I'd be like, all right, we're done. We're donezo, bro. Ideally, it doesn't even get there, but
Right. Yeah. that's kind of what I've come to the conclusion of myself. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be having any kids, but uh, the idea that I need to regulate my intake of things for myself, is it's difficult, right? Because I don't have that other party that I've now got to watch out for, kind of thing. I don't have
Mm.
the possibility of a kid popping up and like, oh fuck, now I gotta fucking take care of this kid. Now I gotta make sure I'm fucking coherent enough to, if there's an emergency, right? But you still have to do that without the kid, right? I mean, if you get
Mm.
fucking plastered ass drunk and you can barely fucking move, and then your wife or your partner slips and breaks their leg or something, and then you're not coherent enough to be able to call emergency services to come get her and help her out and calm her down, that's a serious problem. Um, if you and the same applies to yourself. Say you're getting fucking plastered ass drunk and you fall off a balcony, or you slip and fucking break your arm or your leg, and you're not coherent enough to be able to take care of yourself and get a hold of somebody to come help you out. That's a serious issue. And I think, like,
Yeah.
you're right, it is fucking scary though. The idea that, well, shit, man, I don't have the strength, I don't have the power to regulate this for myself. Guess I gotta cut it out. But then, do you have the power to cut it out completely if you don't have the power to regulate it?
I think if I'm taking me as an example, I think that I would. I think that it's easier to go cold turkey on something than it is and like have a hard boundary
Right.
than like putting a limit on like moderation.
Yeah.
That's where you take like an eating disorder, for example. Like that's where the shit's fucked, man. Like because like you have to eat.
Yeah.
You gotta eat. Like so you can't cold turkey food. You just have to, like your addiction is something that you have to ingest every day.
Yeah, it's necessary. You've got to learn how to regulate that. Otherwise, you're just going to continue fucking,
Yeah.
fucking yourself over. Yeah.
So yeah, dude, that's my those are my latest sobriety thoughts. It's getting hard. It's
Yeah.
getting hard over here, bro. And then I think we'll get to this on the Brorch, but yeah, our second house now that we were under contract for has now gone out the door again, and we had to terminate. And we're like, God damn, we picked a shitty fucking time to and there's never a great time, honestly, but we picked a shitty time to to not have a crutch of alcohol.
Yeah.
Which is maybe a good thing, but we're like, it sounds fucking pretty good after dealing with all that shit is a fucking glass of tequila,
A glass of a bunch of tequila, a bunch of glasses of tequila, a bunch of wine, maybe a smoker 5 Yeah. So what happened with the house? You mentioned the roof. That's all you said was roof. Roof was fucked.
Roof, dude. Yeah, roof.
How much were they trying to sell that house for?
That one was $700,005.
And it had a fucked roof.
Yeah, it's kind of a longer story, but essentially the guy didn't want to work with us on like getting this roof either properly inspected, certified, or replaced, and we were like, well, we're not gonna buy your fucking house without that. And then we had like a little stare down. And then we both just like we were like, okay, guess not then. And then we just
See ya.
that now it's done.
Yeah. Fuck.
So
how far in the process did you guys get?
not I mean far enough to where we had to we're paying for inspections.
Yeah.
To learn that the roof is shitty.
Yeah. That's fucked up, man. That's
That's the only thing that we don't get back from like whenever we go under contract and then we terminate for some reason.
Yeah.
Is whatever we paid for on the inspection and the appraisal, but we didn't do an appraisal this time. So I think at this point we're now between appraisals and inspections, we're like 1,800 in the hole with nothing. And got to pay for another one on whatever fucking next house we find.
Yeah, that's fucking shit house, man. These people, like, this is like, what, the third time it's happened?
Second.
These cunts are just trying to palm off their problems for fucking heaps of money, dude. That's fucking shit house, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
it's
ultimately what it is, right?
It's like a negotiation, and then some people, a lot of people don't know what the fuck they're doing, ourselves included. So it's just like some people are like, I think in this case, this guy felt offended by a part of the process and was just, he's like, all right, well, if they're not willing to, work with me on this, then fuck them. And we were like, dude, we just need this. And he was like, no, fuck you. And we were like, all right, fuck you. Yeah. And now no house.
You should have asked him if he'd buy a house that didn't have a fucking roof inspection on it.
Dude, I thought about cause we're essentially communicating through real estate agents, so like we have like it's a kind of a game of telephone, and I'm like, fucking give me this guy's number, dude. I'll talk to him. Yeah. And be like, hey man, what's going on? Like, what happened here? Like, we're trying to buy your house. Where's the disconnect? Like, let's talk about it. I feel like I can do a pretty fucking good job of that myself. But that's not how it works, I guess. You got to kind of go through like third parties or
Well, this is really just another example of the bathhouses being removed from society. Fucking real estate companies have taken that face-to-face interaction away from, like, the house buyer, house seller. They don't even fucking hardly see each other.
I think if I could have met him in a bathhouse, shook his hand, looked at his dick, and then I think we could have came to an agreement. Certainly,
I think so, dude. I definitely think so. Maybe we start a bathhouse.
Gentlemen's bathhouses?
Yeah, we'll call them the business house, dude. There's an area for the gay butt sex, if that's what you want, right? But there's a majority of it is going to be designated for the sole purpose of making deals, fixing disconnects, face-to-face interaction. That's how we'll advertise. It'd be like, hey, listen, there's no legally binding things here. All right, this is just a place for a house seller and a house buyer to come hash some shit out in the bathhouse.
We'll see. The problem is, I think back in the day, it was mostly men that were in charge of shit and running shit. Now there's a lot of women involved. Mican.
Hey, dude, we'll have a women's side, a men's side, and we'll have a co-ed side. And if people aren't mature enough to go into the co-ed side, then fucking they just ain't allowed.
I think there'll be plenty of people in the co-ed side.
I'm sure there will be too.
Yeah, but
that's fine.
But you're right, dude. I need to have the ability to look a woman in the clam and strike a deal.
Strike business deals, dude. That's hashing the shit out, dude. I think that's very important in life. All right. So the more of the story today, kids, is hash out shit in face to face. Go to a bathhouse unless you're not into that kind of thing. And we love you guys so much. We'll catch you on the Brorch, where we're gonna talk about Millionaire. Do you want to give a teaser about what Millionaire means?
No,
you just don't want me to know what it is, do you?
No. I love you, buddy. We will talk again very soon.
I love you, dude. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.